from the 29th of May, 6 o'clock in the evening, there will be no movement until 6 o'clock of the 30th of May. No, I said no movement. If you say you're strong, you come out. Go and take money from Fulani and come and do it. First of all, they will write, maybe in Vanguard or something. They will write all that nonsense after writing. But then you don't know, come outside, I will see you. From 6 o'clock on the 29th, it is more than sit at home. This one is no movement. No, if cockroach mistakenly come out of your house, or if cockroach comes out of your house to cross the main road to the tree. So if you want to buy something to eat, you are going to buy that thing on the 28th. 28th you will buy it because 12 midnight.
Welcome once again to my channel. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you're joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, or America, or Australia, I thank you very much for your contribution. Go to the comment section at all time, express yourself, say your views, give your own point. Even if your point is contrary to what I'm saying, put it down there. I will look at it and now I'm going to learn from you. We can learn from each other, begin to grow. The most important thing is that we will have a place that we call a safe home, a place that we can be happy together. That is what we are asking for. We are not talking out of hate. We are not asking for war. We are not disrespecting anybody. All we are saying is that people have to be respected. People have to have their dignity wherever they are. Thank you, and remember, today once again, I'm going to come back to talk to you about the issue of the contraption called Nigeria. You all know that things are not well in that contraption called Nigeria. A lot of things are wrong. And when we begin to talk about the situation of Nigeria, people will think you are joking or you are hating. We are not hating. Every now and again, you see reasons why you should call for the end of that contraption called Nigeria. A country where people who are qualified to hold posts are not holding the post. A country where people who are qualified to lead become the followers. A country where you see the blind leading people who can see. A country where you see people where people who are doing the right thing are not rewarded. They reward evil instead of rewarding good. A country where they do not allow the young ones to strive. How can you tell me to support such a country? A lot of Nigerians are abroad. You see many Nigerians, young Nigerians are abroad. They are doing very well, making differences. Some of them who have been denied even education in Nigeria, they go abroad, they study, they get a post. Some of them working in the best governments of the world. Some of them doing exploits all over the world. But when they come to Nigeria, they are not recognized. They are not allowed to strive, including people who are in business. You can do your business abroad. At the end of the day, when you bring that same business down to Nigeria, the government will make sure they kill it with their policy, and it will never succeed. This is the kind of country we have found ourselves, and that is why we are crying day and night that we want out. We need a breakup of that country, Odudua and Biafra, so that the people of the South can be able to grow at their own speed. They are not the same. If they don't decide to admit their students in the university with 30 marks, it's okay. That is what they want. If they decide to put the unqualified in their government, it's okay. But in the South, we do not want that. South maintains a standard. There is a standard we maintain in the South. In the southern part of Nigeria, every family makes sure that their children are being educated. And in our schools, before you have been admitted, you have a grade level. You must have to have a very good pass level. You must have a very good pass level in the South before you can be able to admit it in any school. And we choose the best in our businesses. We choose the best in our offices. We choose the best in everything we are headed. We do not want to be pulled down by those who do not want to succeed, those who don't want the best for themselves. What we are asking is that people should be on their own. For those who want the best for themselves, they should strive the way they want. People who don't want to be disturbed, who want to be lazy about, do what they want to do. That's form their own government and their own system and go along with it. Practice whatever religion you want to practice in your own side. Nobody disturbs you. Whatever kind of school you want to operate Islamic school, you want to operate a Christian school, you want to operate a secular school, be free to do that. Nobody can stop you. And whatever you produce, you make use of it. There is no way you can plant yam to reap cocoyam. You plant yam, you reap yam. You plant cocoyam, you reap cocoyam. That is what we're asking for, and that is why we are crying. But in the contraption called Nigeria, it is not working. the people in the aim of affair are not qualified, not even one, from presidency down. All the people that are running that country are not qualified. That is why the economy of the country now is in shambles. The security of the country is in shambles. Everything is in shambles. There is nothing to write home about that very contraption called Nigeria. I am going to share with you the video of a speech made by your Minister of Defense in Nigeria during the burial of their Chief of Army Staff. The Chief of Army Staff, whom your president refused to attend his burial. He sent his Minister of Defense. You are going to listen to your Minister of Defense speech, the speech he read, and tell me if a primary school student will not read better than that very man. A burial speech that you can even come out without any paper for somebody who has the country in heart. Somebody who has the country in heart to attend to that level of a Minister of Defense. You don't need written paper for you to make a speech on such kind of occasion. But this man, a speech was written for him. He could not even read the speech that was written to him. He was mixing up every information that were wrong. He doesn't know whom the Minister of Defense is the Chief of Army Staff is, doesn't know the title, doesn't even know the president. The person he was calling the president was a different person. There is no point talking too much. I would like you to watch the speech that was read by your Minister of Defense in Nigeria. That is how Nigeria have become a laughing stock to the whole world. Watch closely. Watch and listen carefully to what he has to say. And tell me if that man is qualified to be a local government chairman. If he's qualified to lead a Boy Scout, let alone being a Minister of Defense in a country. Let's watch.
Short clip of Bashir Magashi, Nigeria's Minister of Defense, giving a speech during the funeral of the late Chief of Army Staff and 10 other military officers, circulated online. In the short clip, the minister, while reading from a script, attributed the wrong title to officials at the funeral and made grammatical blunders. Let's take a look.
Your Excellencies, the Executive Governors here present, the Chief of Staff to the President, Ambassador Gambari, the Chief of Staff, General Leke Irabo, Police Officers' Wives Association, Mrs. Victoria Irabo, the National President, Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Mrs. Fatih Atahiru, the late Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru was an icon of professionalism, bravery, and discipline. This irreparable loss is indeed a tragedy to our dear nation. On behalf of the Commander-in-Chief, I wish to extend his great displeasure or the sadness of today's solemn event. On this note, I wish to express my heartfelt condolences to all the bereaved families, the federal government, and the good people of Nigeria for this loss.
I mean, this video went viral, Tundu. I mean, I don't know what happened there. Maybe the script writers could have chosen simpler sentences or words. Heartless condolence. I don't know what happened there.
I'm going to give him a break. I think everybody's been really mean. Not everybody is good at public speaking. It's not everybody's forte. And at least he showed up to the funeral, unlike some other people. So I'm really going to give him a break here.
Okay, public communication is an important aspect of public life. So whether it's in the corporate sector or in the public sector. What happens to many people is that they find themselves in a position of importance and they do not have the relevant communication skills to be able to engage the public. Now, in this particular case, Minister of Defense, the usual protocol is that first, once the speech is written, the boss should look at it. His staff should have taken him through it to make him practice.
He didn't feel the need to prepare.
And also teach him how to pronounce some of those words. Now, except somebody is totally incompetent. Once you prepare, once you make an effort to prepare, then you will not go to a public occasion to embarrass yourself. Now, the Minister of Defense of Nigeria, can you imagine the kind of rib-cracking laughter that will be going on in diplomatic circles in Nigeria, or even abroad? First, he started by saying the president was expressing his displeasure at the event. Displeasure how? Displeasure that the funeral was taking place. And then somewhere along the line, he said, heartless felt condolences. So displeasure and then heartless condolences being conveyed. What kind of thing is this? And then he referred to the chief of army staff, the chief of defense staff, chief of staff.
Of staff, yes.
Then he referred to the wife of the chief of defense staff as president, something. You know, and I was wondering what is going on here. You know, a 10 minutes, 30 minutes, rehearsal with his staff would not have caused this kind of problem. But I think, every public person, you just learn from this. It's the kind of thing that can happen to you if you do not prepare.
Correct.
So it's not a question of what he wrote.
I mean, I thought it would be better to just...
No, okay, maybe you should have spoken in Hausa there.
Yes!
For convenience.
All that. Rufai, a quick comment so we could go to our next story.
But English are lingua franca. Why should you speak in Hausa?
Well, if that's the one that is easy for him.
No.
There could have been a translator there.
You should learn he wrote promotional exam when he was in the army. He used English to write it now. He should learn it finish. He should get brighter grammar, and the people that are writing his speech, they should get brighter grammar. That's what, because we've seen a lot of terrible speeches being written by government officials. You wonder, across board, what is happening. So they should all get brighter grammar. That book is very effective. It helps everybody in grammar. It can still work for them. But secondly, you look at the optics and you see the nonchalance by these people. And you get very sad for this country. If he's stuttering to give a speech in a very emotional situation, but this was the same person that boldly said in this country that we should carry guns and fight bandits now. This was the same person. But he said it boldly when he said it then. But how come at a time we need leadership the most, we need him to say the right words, then we don't hear those words? Comforting words. We don't hear those words. Is it the time to even read a speech? No, it's the time I think people should say, we'll put the speech aside and talk from the heart and say how we feel about those people that passed. I expected a moment of riveting oratory, to calm the nerves, to say things like, we'll never forget his sacrifice. But we don't hear words. But it's when they want to tell us that you people go and fight bandits. Now, who are they? What are they carrying? AK-47. That's when you hear their mouth will be sharp. Brighter grammar is the way anyway.
Brighter grammar.
Brighter grammar. Very good book, Oji. I recommend it for them.
All right.
That is where we have found ourselves. Can you tell me sincerely, you that you are from the South, because people from the North might condone it. That's why I don't include them, with all due respect. There are educated people in the North, but they have allowed themselves to be used and subdued by these illiterates. There is no doubt there might be some educated people in the North, but they have allowed themselves to be used and subdued by this kind of illiterates. Can you tell me in all honesty that this man that is reading this very statement here, read this speech here, is qualified to be a local government chairman, let alone a leader of Boy Scout? But he is the defense minister of your contraption called Nigeria. What a shame. What a shame. This is what we are seeing, and we are crying every day that we want out. The disgrace is so much. The whole world is watching. The whole world is looking. They are seeing what is going on. A lot of issues. The same person, even the person, you remember the person you are calling your president, the person that they told you is your president. Remember when he was being interviewed during the election. He was being asked about the livestock. He is the one who brought a bill that they want to make do a livestock program in all over the nation. A question was asked your president, what is livestock? Your president doesn't know what livestock is. I will play the video for you to see. He doesn't know what livestock is, your president.
So as to address the challenges facing this sector. Thank you, guys.
Livestock.
Huh?
Livestock.
National livestock.
I will talk about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me. No. He can talk for himself.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well, he doesn't know. I think
is it one or two? Which one are you going to mention? Where will you start counting from? Is it their Chief Justice? The Sharia law Chief Justice they put in power and Nigeria couldn't speak? Where are you going to stand to manage this contraption? Thank God that the Odudua nation is coming and Biafra nation is on their way out already. We are calling for a breakup for us to have dignity in our lives. We are calling for a breakup for us to have respect in our lives. We are calling for a breakup for us to have a country where we can be patriotic to. We are calling for breakup so that we can have a country, not a zoo. We are humans, not animals. We are not calling for breakup out of hatred. We are not hating anybody, including the North. It is not a hate. Calling you to wake up and do the needful is not a hate. A lot of poor masses in the North are suffering. They are suffering even worse than anybody else. Poverty have ravaged the North. Insecurity ravaged the North. Boko Haram have taken over the whole of the North. Nobody's talking. The elites are not talking because they are enjoying. And the northern youths seem to be enjoying the whole show. They do not protest, they do not talk about it, they do nothing about it, they just play along. And you want the South to be in the same stupidity with you? It cannot work. We want out. That's the only solution. We want out so that you can be able to enjoy the fruit of your labor. While we go our own ways and enjoy the fruit of our labors also. Enough is enough. It is time to get out of this very contraption and have dignity for ourselves. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Remember, blessed always. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.